Okay, so I was facing some challenges with my connections, but it's now stable. My connection is now stable. Guy, network on with me. So Safari cannot the thing is that Safari cannot stream on YouTube. So I have to download Chrome, and then those setups was what wasted my time. So that's why I have to like end the first one and then start all over again. So previously I've been saying that the market has not been going so nicely based on price action and the rest of it. Or as you all can see, last week we ended up profits, although it was not as clean as I wanted the setup to be. And then I also give a good sell, which is this trade on good sell, and the trade did not come back to activate us, which I'm still believing maybe during this week we can still like get good entries. So without wasting most of the time, let's head on to today's activity. So I have to share my screen. If I share my entire screen now, I don't know which one is screen two. Okay, so market for today. Okay, so I want to share my screen now. So let's get started to get to our destination. Okay, so I'm going to be analyzing um gold as usual, and then I'm going to be analyzing GBPUSD, and I'm going to be analyzing BTC. So those are the three pairs I want to be analyzing on this live stream. So start wasting your time. Let's let's go that let's go into it. One more. Yeah. I hate being frustrated. I hate when something's frustrating me. I don't like it. Okay, so I'll just take off the old drawing and the rest of it. So this is XAUSD, and then this is the top down analysis, top market structure analysis. So we are going to start from the daily time frame. Top down analysis from the daily time frame. We know what to trade. All right. So previously, as you can see, XAUSD, which is gold, has been very bullish. I don't have to start drawing higher highs and higher lows for you to see it. If you see this upward movement, that has been very bullish without giving us a major retracement. So the major retracement that happened is this. After this rally movement to the upside, we now have this movement to the downside, which is like a retracement for the bullish trend to continue, which is this. This happened from Monday till like I think Monday till that was Thursday or Wednesday before this happened, before this drop happened. So looking at the market, you can see that we are fully bullish. Abi, so from the daily time frame, we are fully bullish, mapping out this zone as our level, and then this area as our resistance level. But for now, let's just leave here as our support level, and then let's go down to the H4. That is the 4 hours time frame. My screen is blank. Can you guys see my screen now? Let me read comment. I'm so sorry, I was not seeing your comment. I'm not seeing your screen. We cannot see. We can't see. We are not seeing your screen. Good evening, Marlik. Does this live complete beginners? Not really. It does not cover for complete beginners. But for the class I'll be holding from on the 20th, you can be able to like get full knowledge as a beginner. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was not seeing your comment. uh, you can see my screen now. You can see my screen now. Okay, let me see something. Let me see something. Can you guys see my screen? Can you see my screen now? Can you see? Let me read the comment. Let me see. Okay, so if I go back to the chat, is my screen showing? If I go back to the chat, is my screen showing? Okay. Nice. So let's go back. I'm so sorry about that. All right. So let's go back. So as I was saying, I have to start all over again. As I was saying, from the daily time frame, XAUSD is bullish. Now, without having time to map out the uh, higher highs and higher lows, I don't want to be fast. So if you know you're going to watch Nigerian football, please just leave the live because I want to take time to explain to you guys. The 13th of August, gold has been bullish, and then we had this retracement, this pullback to around 3882 level before the continuation. Now making this zone our support, making this zone our support. So this zone is our support currently. This is our support currently. So let's go down to the 4 hours time frame. Let me be observing you people's comment. Okay. Sharp. It's showing. So from the 4 hours time frame, you can see that this market was ranging around this zone, refusing to break below and also refusing to break above. But it's not like advisable to trade a ranging market, but so from the 1 hour area, so from daily time frame, you see that we were fully bullish, but 4360 to 49933. It's just ranging from this point to this point, refusing to create a new higher high and refusing to go below. So we're just trading around this zone. So you have to be very careful. Either you want to start buying or you want to start selling. Remember, overall we are bullish. Yeah, overall we are bullish, but we still have to be careful so that we will not get stopped out during a retracement or any other thing. You understand? All right. So I think from on Monday, that's when this bullish movement started. The bullish movement started on Thursday, but before that, the upside. This is just like a normal beginner's confirmation. You understand? To know that okay, this particular trade, is about to go your way. Do you understand? Giving like a confirmation entry, so you can also work with chart patterns. You're not seeing my screen again. What's happening now? Again, guy, what's happening? Can you guys see now? It was showing a few minutes ago now. If I leave this point to the chart, your chart does not show. Hold on. Okay, wait now. Let's see something. Can you see my screen? Can you see now? Can you see? Comment, let me know. Can you see the chart? You guys cannot see my chart. Can you guys see my chart? Can you see the chart? XAUSD, can you see the chart? Drop your comment. Let me know if you can see my chat. You're not seeing my chat, guy. That's crazy. So I've been explaining to myself since. Hold on, let's try again. Let me know. Can you guys see my chat now? XAUSD. Can you see my chat? Please drop comment. You can see my chat now. Some of you are saying no. Some happening now. You know, I can't post this video like this now. I have to like restart again because it's recording and I can't post it this way. I can carry on. So you can see this chat now. Can you guys see my chat now? Chat now. Can you guys? Can you guys see my screen now? My screen won't on the show. Okay. All right, now, so let's continue. So as I was saying, let me close this door. Tell me that door. Okay. So as I was saying, we are bullish on XAUSD. And then from the 4 hours time frame, the market seems to be ranging after the massive retracement it did. I think it's still going to still sell. So down to the 1 hour time frame where we have to like get our entries. So like I said, from the 4 hours time frame, I already mapped out. I have to be looking at you guys' comments now. They fluctuate. I think it's your network because I tried to use my other phone to view it and it's showing perfectly. So if it's not showing up from your end, it's your network. Try to close the app and reopen it again. So let's go back. So from the H4, from the 4 hours time frame, mapped out a zone. I already mapped out a zone as a fair value gap area where market is supposed to retrace, giving us a sell, and then also a inverse key level area where market trace and then sell. So what happened last week? From the beginning of last week, the market started buying from this support area. It did a lot of push to the upside after ranging around this area. It suffered a lot around this area. If those of you that used to trade just only SAUSD, you are aware that the market was retracing around this area. Why is it retracing around this area? Whatever is happening in the market, there's always a reason. Whatever is happening in the market, there's always a reason. So for this particular retracement that's happening here, it's because of this fair value gap area around here. Let's just use this whole area. Do you understand? So what happened? We got that move on Monday. I think that was the opening of last week. We got this push to the upside, and then it bought till Wednesday. Because why? This sell has already sold down to the daily time frame fair value gap, respecting this zone it broke out from. So you have to be very careful when picking an entry. But regardless that, we also have this zone around here. Should they go? Okay. Regardless that, we also have this fair value gap around this area, which I'm expecting this market to still respect. Do you understand? I'm expecting this market to still respect this area and then give us like a push to the downside a little before we can continue buying. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So initially we had this, and then we had this breakout to the upside, and then this is a higher high, higher low. We had this higher high, we had this higher low, we had this higher high, and then what happened? The market started rejecting from this 4 hours time frame key level, started retracing. It pulled back about 150 pips, and then they gave confirmation, started dumping. Do you understand? Now, that confirmation he gave an inverse key level confirmation area. Because why? Based on what it was performing here, I was thinking, okay, this is it here. I have to map it out. So you can see this area. So now, if you also trade candlestick pattern, you can see that what happened here. Are you seeing it? So whenever you are trading in this market, just know that what has happened previously can also happen again. What happened previously can also happen again. You guys can see my screen, Abi. Please drop comment. So what happened previously can also happen again. That's one thing you have to know when trading. All right. So when trading, you should know that what has happened before can also happen again. That's why sometimes I will tell you have 7 years experience. Not that you have to trade for 7 years to know how to trade. No. What happened today, if you are consistently showing up in the market, you can see that thing happen next 2 years, next week, next month. I don't know if you get. So the market often repeats some kind of patterns that if you are being consistent on the chart, that you used to study very well, you see that, okay, this thing has happened before. This thing has happened before. This is what is going to happen. This is what is going to happen. Do you understand? 4 hours time frame. Giving head and shoulder. I don't know if you guys know about Alex G. These are his trades, head and shoulder. So you can see head, you can see the left shoulder and the right shoulder, depending on where you're sitting and facing your screen. If you're sitting opposite me, or I don't know, if you're backing me, this will be your left shoulder and your right shoulder. But if you're facing your screen, this will be your left shoulder and right shoulder, anyhow. But just know that this is a head and shoulder pattern, and then this drop to the downside from this fair value gap area. So why am I expecting this market to still give a downward movement? So we are still very, very bullish on XAUSD. No, leave on a security life. So we are still very, very, very much bullish on XAUSD. Do you understand? Very, very bullish. But you have to be very careful. Now, you can see the market is respecting this particular fair value gap area here. It's respecting this zone here. And that's why I'm expecting this to happen Monday morning. Let's start from here. We had this push to the downside, and then we had this around this area, and then from maybe Tuesday or from New Year session, we can start having something like this. If possible, back to the upside. Do you understand? If possible, back to the upside. But for now, I'm expecting a push to the downside, and then from New York section, we can start looking for buys. But for now, we just have to see what the market has to do. Okay, you guys can see my screen. That's nice. You guys know Alex now, Mr. Set and Forget. Exactly. This is exactly what he trades. Exactly what he trades. Head and shoulder. This is exactly what he trades. Head and shoulder. You understand? But now he picks them from the higher time frame, 4 hours time frame, daily time frame. That's why it plays out 80% of the times for him. Do you understand? So you don't see. And one thing you have to know, frame, it tends to be more stronger and plays out than when it forms in a lower time frame. If it forms like, let's say, maybe in the 30 minutes time frame, it might not like 100% be very strong, but it might respect it. Do you understand? But if it forms in the higher time frame, it will be very, 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 very strong for it to play out. Exactly what happened there. Head and then shoulder, then the downwards movement. And then some people will ask, why did I not use this zone, this fair value gap area, to pick my sales? It's also valid, but we make use of recent things in the market. Most recent. This is the most recent stuff that is happening. It's as if you're asking me, why didn't I go back to this place? Let's say this place now, this area here, to map out my support. This price action has passed, and then we are currently in the future. Except maybe this sell wants to continue dropping to like this area. That's when we can start considering this point again. Do you understand? But for now, that area is none of our business. This is our area of interest. Do you understand? You see from the daily time frame too, you see that the fair value gap from the daily time frame is very, very solid. You can see the massive rejection immediately got to that point. If not for the fact that I don't like trading against the trend, I was supposed to take this sell because I've been waiting for it. You are not seeing the sell? That zone, something like this. Which one should I use? Okay, something like this. I saying the last time the market came to this break of structure here, what happened? You also pulled back into it very well before this buy. So I'm expecting that same pattern to repeat itself here. It's a simple logic. You trade logic in this market. It's simple logic that happens every time. So down to the 1 hour time frame, the head and shoulder pattern is Abi. If you're a newbie, let's say maybe you are not familiar with all these things, you'll be very confused with this kind of patterns because you'll be like, is this place the head and shoulder or this place is the head and shoulder? Do you understand? But now from the higher time frame, it's very, very easy to identify them. You get? So this is where I'm interested in for tomorrow. So I'm interested for sales in this area. It's already start playing out already. Started playing out already since Friday. But I'm expecting if this market should open anytime soon, I'm expecting to see something like this, maybe a drop, maybe to somewhere here, and then from 1 a.m. you should give us this before we start going back to the upside. And also another simple trick you should know about this market is that whenever the market forms a W pattern, it signifies another chart pattern for a buy. This, whenever you see something like this, either you see something like this, I mean, this is it now. Yes, this is W. Whenever I see something like this signifies a strong push to the upside. Why? Giving a signification of double bottom. And then whenever you see something like this, whenever you see this, an M pattern, it signifies that this market is about to start selling. And now, if you see this kind of thing them in the higher time frame, it gives you like a stronger confirmation. But if you see them like in the 1 minute time frame, you should avoid. You understand? Because the probability of it playing out is like 20%. Time frame, 4 hours time frame, daily time frame. If you see this kind of thing forms, it's very, very vital. You understand? The same too with the head and shoulder pattern. So I'm waiting for this market to give me this kind of W pattern, either from the 1 hour time frame or 30 minutes time frame, and then we can start looking out for buys. But for now, this market has to come back inside this area, and then we start looking for buys. I hope you guys can still see my screen. Who is saying go here? Who is saying go here? Eh? Are you guys watching football? Okay, Nigeria has scored. 1-0. Onyeka. So Nigeria has scored. So let's go back. All right. So that's for good for now. I'm interested in this area 4103 till 4160 for now, before any other further decision. So let's look out for let's see. Okay, nothing much. Same pattern. On the norm itself, it's even advisable for you to start from weekly time frame, monthly time frame, to understand how this market has been moving. Do you understand? But now I don't want this video to be very long. That's why I don't want to go that far. So, and then I'm not a newbie. So from the 1 hour time, from the daily time frame, I can like see what I'm looking for. Do you understand? So for BTC, I'm even expecting BTC to dump to 88. I posted it on my channel. Some people doubted, but it's fine. I'm expecting BTC to dump to 88,900 or probably 80k itself. You can see I've mapped out the zone, and when it will smart, I'm going to post it so people will not know, like people will not see that we are just we are predicting time frame. You can see that I've been taking BTC sales, I've been selling, I've been making is bearish. Normally, beginning of the year, BTC has been bullish, but as you can see, it has been selling. So this is the final bus stop I'm expecting it to react from before we go back to the upside. Do you understand? Around 88 level. So now we have this downward movement on the daily time frame. Let's go down to the 4 hours time frame. This market gave this break around this area using this other block. In the process of dumping, they also gave a break here too at this area. They also gave us a break of structure at this area, which is the area I'm interested in. I've been waiting for it to sell. I've been waiting for it around this area. I've been waiting for it around this zone, but it did not come back to that place. It sold. So I'm currently using the most recent one, which is this. I'm sorry, which is this. Do you understand? So this is the most recent break on BTC. And then what am I looking out for? I'm looking out for this. And then we start selling. Now, in that process of we getting activated, you can see that the M pattern formed, right? These are something that repeats itself. You understand? Too much knowledge that used to make some of you lose your money. You want to know everything, you want to know all the strategy. You really need, you may even need a mentor, maybe for questions and the rest of it. You know, you cannot just be asking me questions because I might get uh, I might get I might get busy and then I will not want to like answer you. Do you understand? But if you are consistent in on my life, I'll be teaching you guys these things easily. So you can see today, those of you that joined today now, you can see that you have benefited different type of confirmation patterns to give you entries. Thank you, Astro Divine. Thank you. This is my second time joining your life, and I must say you are delivering very. Thank you very much. I'm so sorry for the earlier mistakes. I don't normally stream. I just teach physically. Do you understand? So, but I'm just trying to like build online audience so that during online classes I can like deliver. Sorry to ask, but yes, I'm a day trader. Yes, I'm a day trader. I'm a day trader. I'm a day trader. But because I trade good, my trade is to pass highest 30 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. I'm out of the market because of the kind of pay I'm trading. It's very volatile. So it used to give you like a lot of money in a short period of time. Do you understand? Yeah, I'm a day trader. So back to BTC. So this is what I'm looking at for in BTC. Let's go down to one. I don't wait for years because we are not a swing trader. We are not swing trader. I'm currently watching out for a sell around this area. So we have our inducement close to entry. I don't know if it's still even going to come back to this area to give us this sell because so many times it has rejected around this zone. So I don't know if there'll be any momentum to push it to the upside for us to start selling. You know, whenever a point of interest has been tested so many to the direction you wanted it to go to. Do you understand? So this is what I'm looking at for in BTC. If you cannot break this zone here, because you can see this zone is a resistant level, Abi. If we cannot break this zone here and then this market decide to continue dumping, you know, this is what it's doing currently. This zone and go back to the upside. If we have something like this, let's say this, and then we have this, a full body break, we'll now have to pick a fresh point of interest using this area, yeah, to then come back to our final destination. And then when the market gets to this 89 level, you have to be careful when looking out for more buys. Do you understand? But for now, since it has refused to break this level, it has broken it, but not my kind of break. This is like a weak break. I need a full body break, like what happened around this area. This full body break to the downside. The same thing that happened there. I need a full body break to the downside to be able to give me that confirmation I'm looking out for. So for BTC, I'm still looking out for sales on BTC. Even if it does not come back to 98 to give us an entry, we can also get a fresh entry from 94 if it breaks down to the downside. That's it for BTC. Any question before I go down to GBPUSD? No, I don't know what SMC smart money concept, Abi. You know, these days a lot of traders just brand things, they just rebrand things and then give it a different name. So newbie will be paying them money, you understand? I'm not saying you should not pay, but you should pay to learn because imagine how I'm stressing myself here now, trying to like teach you guys, and people are not paying me money. So you cannot just expect everybody to teach for free. Do you get? So like I would like to say now, more like normal support and resistance. Some persons will not have to stylish it to there's this name I saw on Twitter. I don't know. There's this name I saw on Twitter where they'll just find somehow one or two names to like just twist the whole thing to make it look beautiful and new. Some persons will say, I don't know. There's this name I saw. If I call it, you guys will know the trader. I don't want to call it, so you guys know. I don't like dragging and the rest of it. So if I call it, you guys will know the trader I'm talking about. But there's nothing special about anything anybody's trading. It's same thing, you know. Do you understand? It's just that, like I said before, getting a mentor, it gives you access to the person freely. That's why mentorship is just important, to ask questions, and then when you feel like giving up, this person can also motivate you with his results. That's why mentorship is very important. Aside that, I don't see any other reason why it's important. And then for you to not to trade blindly and go online to say forex is a scam. Do you understand? All right. So in the absence of no question, since okay, just have to watch this area play out this way. Okay. So down to the last one for tonight, which is GBPUSD. GBPUSD is one pair that used to deliver to me when I don't expect. Used to deliver to me when I don't expect. Do you understand? It's a very nice pair, but sometimes the price action is shitty. So you can see we took this buy, I sent this buy out. We took this nice buy. Abi, yeah, we took this buy now. I'm sure we took this buy. And then I gave another buy outlook around this area. Let me take out this. I gave another buy outlook around this area, which the market did not respect. We took it out. That's why whenever I send a market outlook, I don't just expect you guys to jump in. So you see the time I used to wait to process everything before I send it out. Because why? Thousands of people are trading on my channel. So you have to be very careful because people are using their real money, their prop firms to trade. So when given that kind of trade, you have to be very careful. So when I told you guys this is my outlook, I did not tell you to rush and enter. I'm just telling you this is what I'm looking out for. You understand? That's how I'll tell you guys. I'll let you guys know when to enter. So when the market got to this area, the confirmation it was giving was not, it was not very nice because I used to risk a lot when it comes to currency pair. I used to risk a lot based on it's not that volatile. So I used to risk a lot when it comes to currency pair. All right. So for GBPUSD, down to the daily time frame on GBPUSD, you can see that we have been bullish overall. We have been bullish, but since October, this market has been okay. Since August, this market has been selling. September, let's say September. Since September, this market has been selling. So let's say we are bearish for now. Do you understand? But now, where the market got to, it's a break of structure that happened around when was that? That was around May. So the market is currently reacting at this fair value gap level. So that's why I was this particular market has been selling. You have to be very careful because why? You can see this zone I mapped out here now. We have a fresh zone around there, which this market is supposed to respect, and then give us that downward movement I told you guys on gold before we start going back to the upside. Do you understand? But what happened? What happened when the market got to the fair value gap from the daily time frame? I was expecting it to come take out this external level, which is this area here, this internal, sorry, I was expecting it to come take out this internal structure. Okay, maybe with a full body candle before I know that okay, we're now looking out for more buys. But for now, on GPUSD, if this market did not take out this with a full body candle and then maybe coming back to retest on it, then for more buys, you should not look out for buys for now. You understand? Because why? If you look very well, like what I taught you guys on gold, you can see this is a clear head and shoulder pattern giving you a signal for sell. Do you understand? It's just that it has been rejecting in this support level here. So maybe let's say next week we're supposed to see something like this to the downside. Maybe around this other block area here. Maybe around this zone. Around this zone. You know, we don't control this market. As I'm telling you guys, maybe you just allow it to do what it has to do. We only react with it. So we're not so 100% sure. Nobody is sure in this market. So this other block area here, this is where I'll be waiting for it. And then when it comes to this point, we can now say, okay, let's chase for more buys to this internal area too. Do you understand? And now, for the market to come back to this particular zone, what is it trying to show you? It's trying to give you another W pattern. Are you seeing what I'm telling you guys about? This, we have this. Abi, okay, this is M. You can see this is M. That's why it's rejecting from this area. You see another confirmation, M pattern, head and shoulder pattern. But aside that, I'm trying to look out for a confirmation for buys. Okay, let's use this leg, this top. Then, okay, this one came around this area, went back up, and then something like this. You understand? You see? So I'm looking out for this kind of W pattern. You see this pattern? I'm looking out for this kind of W pattern on GBPUSD to be very sure of the buy. But for now, I would just even advise you to just avoid trading GBPUSD for now. Let me take out all these joints. So for now, safe. You can see we have just been ranging around here. Are you seeing it? So just avoid trading it. Let's see if we can get a break to the upside, or it will start doing the normal sell it's supposed to do down to this other block. So for now, we don't have anything on GBPUSD. We have to just avoid it. So any question before I end the live? Okay, let me read your comments. Exactly. The way you are saying breaker block and the rest of it now, me, I don't call those things breaker blocks. You understand? Those are the new names I told you guys about now. Just breaker block is like price turning from a resistance to a supporter. Exactly. The same thing. Exactly. Exactly. When profitable charges are being published, are used in masses, does it effective target? When profitable strategies are being published and used in masses. Not really, not really. If you're even smart enough, say what I'm teaching here, you should like know what I trade already. It's just that, like what I said previously, I told you guys, experience most of the times matters. Do you understand? There are some kind of trades I'll see Habi post on his channel, and I'll go to the chat. I'll be like, how did this guy find this entry? And then all of a sudden to play out, boom, he'll tell you 50 pips, secure profit. And I'll be like, guy, how did this guy find this kind of entry? Those things now are called experience. Do you understand? Because why? He has seen that thing happen all the time. So he'll be like, okay, yeah, I'm sure of this. Then sometimes he'll tell you, I'm adding more position. I'm adding more position. Why? Because he's sure of this thing has happened before. There's one say I took on gold that is on my Instagram page, on the academy page, not my personal page. On my academy page, this I'll post it on the academy story or on my story. That particular trade has played out 2 times in the space of 1 year, not like last year something. Happened around May and then happened last month. Yeah, last month. So it does not downgrade anything, okay? Support and resistance that people are not longer using, that's what most of these top traders still trade today. Do you understand? Support and resistance is what most of these top traders trade today. Okay, like Habi now. Habi trend line. You know normal trend line now. Let me show you guys how trend line works. Getting a valid trend line is just like this. From the first peak, and then we get second and third peak. You see this? This is what Habi trades now. First touch, second touch, and then he might set his buy limit around this area here, and then buy. As simple. You see, if you're even trading a trend line, you should be able to even be following the other flow of GBPUSD, and you should be catching these buys. IS 50 pips you run out, 50 pips you run out. Are you seeing it? Very, very sweet. Same thing on gold too. Okay, see now. See on GBPUSD now. To show you trend line still works till date. Let me show you guys something. See now. I'm not seeing trend line. It still plays out. See, if I even pick this higher one, you see first touch, second touch, and then the market has refused to take out this trend line. I'll make a full video. Where I'll teach you guys how to trade and retest. If whenever you see that kind of thing in the market, man, sell your father's land, put all your money. It must play out. There's one trade I gave on BTC earlier this year. Trend line break and retest. 90K. I think it's 90K. I think so. That thing bought up to like 100 and something. Same thing on XAUSD. Same thing. You understand? So it does not make the strategy. It does not downgrade it. See, trend line still works. Now you see. Okay, see this sweet sell. Imagine I'm still trading trend line now. See this sweet sell for catch. Share for no chop this sell like this. You dey see how many arrow sef? Okay, to this point. Because me, one thing I tell my students, always know where price is coming from. I also always know where price is heading to. You understand? Now to know the price to use, now where you go gas pay me for mentorship. Do you understand? Because I've taught you guys everything you need to know, safe. You understand? So I saying it, if you are trading trend line, you should catch this sweet downward movement on GBPUSD. So everything works. Okay, now see this zone too, see this area too. You see support and resistance. You see here was a support level. Abi, what happened? The market broke it, turning into a resistance zone. Is it not that area this market is respecting? You see that if you are trading trend line, you can also use support turning resistance, resistance turning support, where some people will call it breaker block. All these things are the same thing. You don't have to stress yourself over it. They are the same thing. Do you understand? Let me read the comments too. So what's your confirmation when price gets to your entry? That's what I've been showing you guys now. That's what I've been showing you guys. I told you guys on XAUSD too. Sometimes I make use of, let's just say I make use of candlestick formation. I make use of candlestick formations too. Told you guys, if you see something like this, M pattern signifies a sell, either from the lower time frame, but mostly 15-30 minutes time frame is cool. If you see something like this, W for a buy, and then inside of them you can also get this another pattern which is double top, another pattern which is double bottom. Are you guys seeing it? And then another one that works perfectly even on good too. All of them work. So but another one that works on especially good is this one. Let's say this market has been buying and then created a high, okay, and then it gave us this dump, this, and then it came back here. We'll now say this pattern is called the head and shoulder pattern. This is it. I see millions. There's nothing too special. Just like I told you guys before, I'm not saying mentorship is bad, but paying for mentorship is just granting you access to the person and then maybe to the person personal traits and live sections with the person, questions and guidance. That's why it's important to pay for mentorship. But most of these things are very, very easy. You see, head, shoulder. These are confirmations you should get. You understand? Some people use breaker block as confirmation. Different things. Some people use experience as confirmation. Different things. Some people also use liquidity sweep. The rest of them, a lot of them. You're welcome, investor. You connect to the Wi-Fi now. That's what they now. That's how they use. Still looking out for more of your vlogs. Of course, I'll drop more vlogs. Of course, I'll drop more vlogs. I just want to be doing vlog whenever like I'm going out, not like a daily something. Do you understand? So which means 1 hour zone, 15 minutes zone. Exactly. Don't use 5 minutes. 15 minutes above is cool. 15 minutes above is okay. 15 minutes above is okay. I swear, experience as confirmation. Oh. That kind of scenario, like you'll be like, I've seen this thing happen before. That kind of pattern. Do you understand? I've seen this thing happen before. And now, if you are making use of experience as confirmation, it should be aligning with structure. If not, you go sweep you off your feet. That kind of thing. So, like I said, I promised you guys, I'll link one of my strategy for you guys for free. But that's if we hit 2,000 subscribers. So it's better for you guys to share this video to your loved ones, share it to your girlfriends, your wives, your side chicks, your baby mamas, your students, whatever. Share this group, share this channel. Let's get to 2,000 subscribers, and then I'll drop a powerful strategy for you guys. It's a trend line strategy that works. Okay. Any other question before I end the live stream? I think it's 1 hour already. It's 1 hour already. The market will be opening soon, and you should know over risk. It's also something you need to know. Over risking is not allowed. Don't over risk. Like I posted something on my Instagram story that I've been learning from my mistakes. I told you guys I've been learning from my mistakes based on I over risked some times ago, so I'm still even recovering from that losses. You understand? So I'll see you guys if probably next week Sunday we'll analyze. And then if the market plays out, I also post it. You guys will see that structure also works. So thank you guys for joining my live stream. If we win massively this week, I'll do giveaway. Oshamo, peace. I believe this week we will fly high in profit. All right.